For the next couple of minutes, it's 1930, and you're a revenue agent combing the woods for moonshiners. And this is your lucky day because you have caught him red-handed. There's old Willard Watson firing up his 35-gallon furnace. He's already dumped in the 4-day-old beer mash from the barrels. He's adding a gallon of rye and a gallon of malt from sprouted corn. It won't be long before he'll have a gallon of pure whiskey, the kind Willard declares will make you want to see your mother and shake her hand. Like any good moonshiner, Willard can feel the steam and know it's ready to cap. And just so that steam will force that pure stuff into the copper coils, he spreads pure rye paste around the edges of the cap. Now, you don't want to grab Willard till the liquor is ready to pour, and you've got to be careful of Rusty. It's known in these parts that Rusty will run anything from a bumblebee to a lizard, and he ain't partial to revenuers either. 65-year-old Willard Watson, though, is a prize catch for a government man. Moonshine got in his blood when he was just a small boy, and his uncle helped him make some pure apple brandy. But this mountaineer was smart. There's money in stilling liquor, he'd caution his kinfolk, but there's the penitentiary in it, too. Uh-oh, you know Willard can smell a revenuer 100 yards away, and he didn't bring that musket out for hunting squirrels. Maybe you'd better call the office and send for some help if you're going to bust up Willard Watson still today. In all his days as a moonshiner, they never got Willard behind bars. It's too late now because Willard has the government's permission to keep his old still. You've guessed, of course, that this is all a put-on. Willard's been boiling water all this time, but it sure did bring back memories, like the time a friend put the government men on his trail.
This fella turned us in and the law threw the 38th special right in my face. He said, it won't be long now. And I wheeled and turned, and when I did, I just naturally dead flat out running. And while he'd put the light on me, I'd fall on the ground and skeet on my belly. And when the light had come off of me, I'd come to my feet. And I'm the only man there is in this county that absolutely outrun Polly White. Days that's gone by, we'd laugh about that. And he said, I must be partly lizard because I outrun him skeeting on my belly.
Willard and Ole Watson might be considered real-life Beverly hillbillies without all the money. If you're a city slicker, you have never known them, and that is your misfortune. They are very much alive here in that other world where the only noise is a bird chirping, and the nearest thing to air pollution is the steam from a coffee pot. Today, John and I and our Boone correspondent George Flowers are dinner guests about to dish up mashed potatoes and gravy, snap beans, country ham, fried chicken, and homemade biscuits and honey. And we're about to hear Willard's reasoning that the rising generation will never know what good eating really is.
And another thing, they don't know how to get out here and make a thing in the world in the garden. If you're to see one out in the garden, he'd have on a pair of boots. The only way to make a garden is to throw the bare foot to it. Me and my wife last year went out here in the garden, and we make a garden every year of about anything you want to eat. In this rising generation, if you catch one in the garden, he'd have a hat on as wide as an umbrella and little gloves to keep from getting his hands dirty.
Now, isn't it a shame that Willard has never learned to appreciate a good frozen TV dinner? Well, now it's entertainment time, and Willard has agreed to pick and dance one of his favorites, Shout Little Lula. Willard's flat-foot dance is legend down at the Darby Community Hall. Story told how Willard still believes in moonshine liquor. He has a similar attitude about today's music. This new music he draws is just like this new whiskey. It just ain't much good. Well, before we leave this versatile mountain man, we might as well take a look at his hobby. Willard took up wood carving a few years ago, and now he complains he's in it too deep to get out. It's profitable, but it seems you never have enough of what people want, says Willard. I put one last question to Willard, and I should have been expecting the answer I got.
How come you mountain people are so good at this kind of thing?
Well, because they just had a short mind and no sense, I reckon. Now you're expert, all this have to give you a dose, Stephen.
If you found Willard Watson refreshing, it's understandable. If ever there was an honest, God-fearing, freedom-loving mountain man, it's Willard.
Call him what you like, hillbilly, mountaineer, moonshiner, but it all comes out American, the vanishing variety. C.J. Underwood with the Carolina Camera on Wildcat Road in Deep Gap, North Carolina.